What's up, y'all? Start long reason back at it with another lesson. Before we start this lesson, I would like to send out my positive intentions on to the gods and the goddesses. Uh, I would also like to send out positive intentions to the human beings. Uh, and I would also like to send out uh, my positive intentions on to the ancestors, most importantly, for working through me and allow me to teach you uh, who we are. Um, Because if it wasn't for the ancestors, none of this would be possible. Um, we appreciate the ancestors for being here with us and guiding us and protecting us through giving all this information out because we know there's certain people here that do not want the truth to come out. So we thank the ancestors just for their protection, their encouragement, and us doing what we are doing. Um, and we'll also like to send the deepest of appreciation, uh, cosmic love onto the ancestors and tell them respectfully, I say. I would also like to send deepest cosmic love and positive energy onto the gods and the goddesses that may be vibrating at a lower state of intent. You know, there's no such thing as a low vibration or a high vibration being two separate energies. It's only one energy. It all determines on your intent and how you use your energy. And if you are lost right now, there's nothing bad about you. You're not dumb. You're not unintelligent. You just haven't came to the truth of who you are yet. But eventually it will. But when that information comes to you, don't ignore it, embrace it, and really understand what you are being taught. Because knowledge goes a long way, and real knowledge can change the whole essence of people and the planet. So don't ignore it. And I will also like to tell them I share, and I would like to send all the deepest of positive intentions onto the planet as a whole. And I tell the planet respectfully I share because we are connected to the planet. This is our planet we created. Uh, Basically, tonight I'm gonna be teaching about alchemy. Now, basically, alchemy is it's basically same like I had taught about metaphysics and all that. Alchemy is basically you studying the science of matter, like of chemistry, so atoms and all that shit. You studying the matter of life, like occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge. That's alchemy, right? That's basically what alchemy is. Basically, just to dumb it down so you understand. All right. Now, you gotta you gotta understand and realize that alchemy it's a science. It's a science that's not taught enough. It's very overlooked. You right? Because alchemy will be considered occult knowledge. Occult knowledge, like something that's something that's demonic to certain people because of what you're getting into. Um, but occult knowledge is what you created. You created occult knowledge. Occult knowledge is something that the Anunnaki gods, us the gods, we created. Right? Some of us, uh, some of us, some of us was teaching each other this. You know, like cosmically, some of us will teach each other about alchemy or what alchemy is all about. All right. Now, Alchemy, if you really look at alchemy, you know, to certain people it would be hard to understand, but it's not hard to understand it. Like I said, it's all about you. Because you can get into astrology, astronomy, about alchemy. That's why I said, like, the same shit of metaphysics and all these other sauces. That's the same shit basically with the alchemy shit. Basically, if you really think about it, I'm a scientist, so I know all this shit really go together. You feel me? Like, if we get into mental alchemy, let's start off by getting into mental alchemy. All right. So mental alchemy is basically you transforming the mind into working in a way that you want it to work. Because I talk a lot about energy transmutation. You can transmute energy at any given energy cycle. I told you that there's no such thing as a low vibration or a high vibration being two separate energies you go into. It's only one energy. It all determines on your intent and how you use your energy. So mental alchemy is about you programming your mind to be able to transmute certain states of thought to way to the way you want it to be. Right? So say for instance, say like I practice this. Say for instance, your mindset is all negative the whole day. You just thinking negative the whole entire day. You just thinking negative. That's your mindset for the day. All right. But say you know how to manage having a negative mindset. So you have this negative mindset, but you know not to stay in that mindset. So you know how to transmute it. So you could stay negative, stay in a negative mindset for a whole day, and then the next day you change your mindset to a positive mindset, to where now you thinking positive. You don't even understand that's alchemy, because you realize the state of duality, a state of good and bad. You understand the mental state of the mind, right? Because like I said, if you thinking negative, you will start to gain negative realities. If you think positive, you will start to gain positive realities. So if you understand, okay, today I'm gonna be this way, today I'm gonna be that way, then your ass, you are alchemist. You basically know all the essence of life. If you understand what I'm saying. Because you gotta also understand, you shouldn't always be happy, you shouldn't always be mad. Everything comes with balance. So if I this day be at a certain intent, this day be at a different certain intent, that's balancing myself. It ain't necessarily you vibrate low because you balancing it. You're not staying in one energy. Right? So if we get into mental to the mental state, it's all about you understanding the mind, understanding how to use the mind in your in your intent. That's mental alchemy. But you have to understand the mind though. The mind the mind goes off of what you give to it. Right? You are not this body, so you are just a soul and spirit. Right? Your soul is what allows you to be in this physical body. So whatever your soul, whatever you think and whatever you grant onto yourself, it goes straight to the mind. The mind reads. it can read what you are giving to it. It can read it, right? So if we think in essence, you put in your mind, this is what I want to attract into my life. This is what I want to attract. I'm gonna attract that nice car I want. That's what I'm gonna attract into my life. And then you start to visualize this car that you want to receive. Right? You start to visualize this car you want to see, and you telling yourself, I'm gonna get that car, I'm gonna get that car, I'm gonna get that car. Right? It's not necessarily the sense of you telling yourself and you visualizing that you're gonna get that car. It's necessarily the state of you already knowing that you already have it. Right? See, you have to once you want something, you have to know you already have it. Right? Because like in my last video, I self law and fucking master. So if I am self law and master, everything that I want to attract, I already have it because I'm the master. So you have to learn the state of the mental, the mental science. You have to understand the mental science. You have to learn the mental science. You have to. Your mind goes off of what you tell it. It goes off of what you tell it. Right? Like let's say for instance, let's stay in the mental the mental alchemy state. Let's stay in the mental. Right? So say you are a person that watches pornography, right? Say you like looking at ass and pussy and shit. Say you like looking at shit like that, right? That's the shit you like looking at. You would get people, right? Like you be having these little goofy ass, some of them be square ass niggas on that semen retention shit. Don't understand what this shit all about. Don't understand the mind. You feel me? Don't really understand the mind like that. Niggas ain't really scientists like that, so they don't know how this shit go. If you are a man that watches porn, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are vibrating low. Right? Yes, if you are playing with your sacral chakra and you release your life force, which is your atomic molecules, solids, liquids, gases, if you release that while watching this so-called porn shit, then yeah, you can start to vibrate at a lower intent because of what you giving your energy to. Right? You giving your energy to something that's on the screen, but that, in a sense, like, yeah, you may have a sense of vibration that may be lower, but at the end of the day, your body gonna go right back to a solid. Right? You are made of solids, liquids, and gases. So if you release that energy, you're gonna go right back to the solid state of matter. That ain't gonna necessarily mean you're gonna be vibrating your lowest. You still gonna be in a state of matter, but you're gonna just be in a solid form. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna be in a solid form. You ain't gonna necessarily just be all fucked up. Nah. See, what makes a lot of men be fucked up in the mind off of watching porn is because their minds starts to believe that what they are seeing is really them. Right? This is why they created that whole porn bullshit. Like I told you in my last video, they created porn to fuck with us on the spiritual level. Right? So if you are watching porn every single day and you starting to believe that you are in that video with that certain person and you releasing and you putting your mind into thinking you in that, then yeah, that may have you being at a lower vibratory state because now it's starting to fuck with your mind. It's starting to make you think that that's real, but that ain't even really you. Right? And then by you believing in that, your mind will start to confirm that as being a reality to you. You start to think and feel like everything is what you seeing on that motherfucking screen, because that's what you are confirming to yourself, right? But say you watch this porn and you not thinking on the sense of that's me, I'm just watching it just for entertainment, then it ain't gonna fuck with you, right? Because it's a difference between acting on something and just looking at something. You just looking at something does not necessarily mean you vibrating at a lower intent. As I say, a lot of niggas be talk about, oh, stop watching porn. Nigga, you could watch porn anytime, any energy cycle you want. Nigga, just don't be believing that you in that shit and that's you. You know, with that, bro, that's not you. And just don't always want to give your energy to that shit, because that shit is not. It's not you. It's an illusion. That's what it. That's what that really is about. It's niggas out here that can watch porn and don't get hard enough. They just like watching it, right? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. That don't mean you vibrate low. Cause you could be a guy vibrating high like a motherfucker, but you probably be looking at that just to balance with your sexual energy. You ain't on no bullshit. You just watching it. So you can't necessarily say a motherfucker like say, that's why I be having to teach shit like this so a motherfucker can get it. Cause a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't really get it. They don't understand the states of matter and how this shit go. Like I said, once you release your semen, you will go back to a solid state of matter. Right? So you still, cause a solid is when everything is connected. All bonds, all atomic molecules is connected. When you go into a liquid state, that's when they start to detach from each other. Not like going this way, you go that way, but they starting to expand from the solid form and starting to rise, basically. Then the gas, that starts to rise more quicker than the plasma. They faster than motherfucker. Everything just going quickly. I understand the four phases of matter: solid, liquids, gases, plasma, energy. I understand that. So you release your semen after you have released it. Now you on soft and all that shit. It's your body is gonna go back to a solid state of matter. It's gonna go back to a solid state. It don't matter how much semen you release, it's still gonna end up going back to a solid. And that's so nigga, that's on everything else. I'm a real scientist with this shit. You gonna go right back to a solid state of matter. Because think about it. You we shouldn't even be at a solid state anyway. You can only get to a plasma state once you ascend in frequency. You gotta balance your energy, right? So think about what I'm saying. So by you releasing your semen, a motherfucker think, okay, I'm releasing my semen, then I'm just vibrating. Okay, but what is a vibration though? Atoms play a part on the vibration because your solids, liquids, and gas, that's vibration. So a solid would be the planet, a liquid would be the water in you, the gas would be the fire, and the plasma would be the electricity in you. Right? So all that state of matter is inside of you. So how the fuck do you think by releasing all of your semen, you just at the lowest state of you? That don't necessarily mean you at the lowest state of yourself, but nigga, because nigga, you are still made of fucking matter. You can easily transmute that energy and raise your shit back up, nigga. That's why teach you this. You understand what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Motherfucker think they vibing at a lower state. Nigga, you still made of matter. I don't go fuck if your ass busting nuts every day, nigga. That don't necessarily mean that you are at a lower state of intent or a lower state of matter. You still made of matter. You can still rise and balance that energy. That's basically what I'm saying. Right? So by you watching porn and not releasing, nigga, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You just watching something. That don't mean that you are vibrating low, nigga. No, you just watching porn. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with you. That's what I said. See, a lot of niggas don't know science like that. So they're just, oh, I read some shit. This is the traits of what can happen once you hold in your semen and ooh, right, nigga. That's what Google telling you though. But why do holding in your semen even fucking allow you to be? But nigga, they not telling you, nigga. You gotta balance your chakras too. Cause okay, nigga, even if I am not releasing semen, nigga, that still don't mean I'm a alpha. Cause nigga, I ain't balancing my energy, nigga. Nigga, you can still be in your root chakra, nigga, and you're not releasing semen, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. What are you made of, nigga? Root. So that's grounding. That's the planet. So that would be the solid state of you. Then your sacral chakra. That's balancing energy in the penis. Then your solar plex chakra, so that's dealing with the soul, willpower. Then you got your heart chakra, that's the planet, right? Tapping into the heart of nature. Your throat chakra, speaking the truth, which speaking is really feminine. If you understand speaking, self-expression, a lot of men don't like to express this. That's feminine. That's a fact, right? Then you got your third eye chakra, allow you to see the truth. See past the physical. Then you got your crown chakra, right? Which is you priming yourself for ascending all other phases of state of alignment inside of you, right? So you made of all this matter. So by you, okay, I'm not gonna release my semen. Okay, I'm an alpha. But nigga, you still don't even understand the other states of matter that's inside of you. So therefore, nigga, you ain't on shit. A lot of niggas don't understand this shit like that. Ain't nothing I'm telling you bullshit. I'm telling you real life science right now, nigga. Facts. Come on, man. Niggas don't know this shit like that. So if I'm watching the guy that's playing with her portal, I'm vibing low. How am I vibing low? Cause this niggas out here that not release they semen, doing they push-ups, nigga still be squares and shit, still be on some bullshit. So that don't mean anything. It's all about you balancing yourself. That's what it's about. It's about you balancing yourself. Right? So that porn shit will only affect your mind if you allow it to affect your mind. That's what it would do. But if you understand the whole scientific essence of who the fuck you are, you will realize it's really not all that bad like you think it is. It's not. It's not. It's not. Not at all. All right. If you walk around thinking about sex all day, then that's just the type of state of intent you in. That's you. You allowing that shit to affect your mind though. But you can easily transmute that by thinking about something else. But that's you choosing to be in that state of thought. It's you. You know what I'm saying? It's you. So you gotta learn. You gotta you have to learn. You have to learn. You have to learn the mind. You have to learn the mental science of the mind. All right? Like, okay, let's get deeper into it, but let's get on the physical note though. Let's get on the physical note. So say, like, the goddesses, right? A lot of goddesses always define themselves as being bitches, right? Bad bitches, whatever you call it. Right? By you telling yourself as a goddess that you are a bitch, that is going to manifest itself into being a mental state of what you are. If you tell yourself something, it will become who you are because you are telling yourself that. So if you keep telling yourself, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, your mind is gonna react to that. It's gonna confirm that's who you are. You a bitch. And it's going to transmute into you acting the way you say you are, or you say you is. Right? You gonna start acting like a bitch because that's what you telling yourself. You a bitch. All right? You have to understand. Like, that's why I be trying to get motherfuckers to understand. Like, you have to understand the power of your mind. Whatever you tell your mind will confirm it because that's what you telling it. The mind is shit. The brain, the mind is God because it can generate anything. But you gotta know how to generate. You gotta know how to use the mind. A lot of us use the mind at a lower state of intent because we don't know who we are. We don't know what our mind is about. We don't know about it. All right, we still on the subject of mental alchemy. We still in that mental alchemy shit. Right? So if you telling yourself you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch, your mind is like, all right, that's what you is. So you gonna start acting the way that you said you are. You gonna act like that. You gonna dress like that. Your whole attitude, your whole demeanor as a fucking person is gonna be like a fucking bitch, because that's what you telling yourself. And you will start to manifest bitchy thoughts like that. Thoughts, just fucked up thoughts into your mind because that's what you are putting into your mind. That's what you storing in your mind. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta learn the mind. Like I told you, I always be talking about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is the most easiest thing in the world because you are the law. Right? I made the video, I self law and master. Right? I made the video about that. You are the law. Right? You law and you are the master. You are self. So you are responsible You are responsible for what you attract into your life. You are responsible because you are the law, self and the master. So if you choose to attract something negative in your life, that's what is going to happen because you are the law. You are responsible for what you attract. Right? And a lot of us, like I said, a lot of us ain't aware of how powerful we are. You can attract some shit and you ain't even trying to. You can literally think of some shit real quick and then that shit manifests. You be like, damn, I was just thinking about that. Damn. Right. Because that's how powerful your ass is. Now, basically, you really just tapped into the whole mental structure of the mind that quickly, but you weren't even aware of it. Now, just imagine if you knew how to master your mind to be able to manifest wherever you desire on a positive scale. Nigga, your ass will be powerful as hell because now you know the mind. Because like you gotta understand, like that's why we get into the mind. You gotta understand like our oppressors, you feel me? Like I said, we fell from the 33 principalities of degrees. So us falling in principalities, if it damaged the essence of us as gods. So it fucked up not only our souls and spirits, but it damaged the mind. Because now it got us not understanding what our minds are and how to use our minds. Think about it. We didn't start understanding about the whole manifestation and law of attraction shit till like this era. Right, but you had people talking about it like Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She was talking about it, but people really never caught on. Motherfuckers is just catching on now. Like 2020, that's when motherfuckers start catching on. Like, wait a minute. So I could create my own reality based on my thought and my intentions. Yes. But you have to learn the mind. You have to learn how to use the mind in your fucking favor. The left part of your brain is feminine, the right part of your brain is masculine. That's why they tell you the left part of your brain controls the right part of your brain and the right part of your brain controls the left part of your brain. Right. So you have two basically energies combine into one brain. Two energies combine into one brain. So you got this side, the left side of you, this feminine. The right side of you is masculine. Right? So you being who you are, you got to try to, and you probably never knew this. So being who you are, you got to figure out how to master the feminine brain structure of you and the masculine brain structure of you. You got to figure that out. And you got to learn how to master it to make it all go together to what you are intending to attract. Like I said, if you a god, I want to go with nature. That's a feminine thought because nature is feminine. So that's you balancing your heart chakra because you want to go in nature. That's a feminine thought. Okay, you a goddess. Oh, I want to go work out. All right, that's masculine. All right, because working out, being strong, that's a masculine thing. Okay, so you balancing out your masculine side. So you over here on the right? You thinking on the right side, right? That that's a fact. That's what they don't tell you. So have to learn you have to learn the mind and understand all the essence of what the mind is all about. You have to learn what it's about. Because if you If you don't understand the mind, you ain't gonna understand anything. All right, that's why they tell you a mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's a fucking fact. Once you realize what the mind is, though, once you realize what the mind really is, you be like, yeah, I wouldn't wanna, I wouldn't wanna, I wouldn't wanna, waste this powerful mind. Yeah, you wouldn't want to waste your mind, because your mind is very powerful, and it all goes off your intent and what you think. The way you look at the world is the way your mind gonna confirm. So you, man, this world fucked up, everybody fucked up. Ooh, that's what you gonna look at the world is, because that's your now your mind believes it, and now you gonna believe it overall, because you told your mind to believe in it. So now, because like I said, you just a soul and spirit, so that's why I'm trying to get you to understand. That's why I told you your body is an instrument. You just gotta learn how to play it. You gotta learn how to play it. So your mind is an instrument. You gotta learn how to play it. You gotta learn the science of the mind. You gotta learn mental alchemy. Right? So, say for another instance, say somebody say something negative to you, right? Say you having a good ass day, or just it don't even matter. You just doing your shit in your day, and somebody say some of the say some of the most shittiest things to you, right? To try to fuck your day up, and say you fuck around and transmute that, right? Say you fuck around and transmute it by complimenting them on how they look, right? Say you end up complimenting them on how they look off of they negative base intents trying to be forced onto you, right? By you transmuting the energy by complimenting them on how they look based off their negative intentions onto you, you basically just understood the scientific essence of the mind, because you didn't allow other people's energies to affect yours. Right? So you didn't allow they mental frustration to manifest itself onto your mind, to damage your mind, because you got to understand how energy goes. That's why you can transmute energy. You can share energy with other people. So other people's intentions and thoughts can be manifesting onto you. So that's why I said, by you not allowing other people's mental uh structures of intent to affect your mind, then that's you understanding the mental alchemy, the 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 the, the, the mental state of controlling yourself. That's why I said that. You gotta really understand this shit. This is what, I don't know. College may teach you about alchemy. I don't know. They probably ain't gonna get too deep into it, to what it's all really about. They probably just tell you the little shit. What? The mind, the mind is very powerful. The mind is very powerful, and you make it powerful, because the mind is powerless without you. Once you manifest yourself into this vessel, you now give this mind power. Now you give it the power, because you are the power. You give it the power. Yeah, you probably never knew that, but yeah, you give it the power. It goes off of you. So you just think, oh, that's just what God put there. No, It goes off of you. We created the mind. We created this whole body. And we put it there for a reason. And we put that there for, like I said, for you to see a view and have a understanding for the masculine side of yourself and the feminine side of yourself. So you getting two essence of self in one brain. All right, that's what it is. You just have to learn your mind. You have to learn your mind and what your mind is all about. You have to learn how to use your mind, because your mind is very, 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 very powerful. Very powerful. That's why I said, if you really understood your mind, if you really understood your mind and how you can literally create realities, you wouldn't even want to really think like that. You wouldn't want to think about shit because you would be fucking worried what the fuck you gonna manifest, right? Because that's just how powerful your mind is. You wouldn't want to think about nothing. Not necessarily. And then when you think about something, you gonna want that motherfucker to be positive and have the right base intent, right? Because you don't want to manifest no bullshit, right? Because, like I said, with energy, after you think something, it becomes a law. I self-law master. So when you think of something, it becomes a law. And then, like I said, it becomes reason. After you of what intent you put out, it becomes a law, then it becomes reason. Right? If that reason of law that you have created does not hit you, it's gonna hit somebody else. It's gonna hit somebody else, even if it don't hit you. So that's why I mentioned this before in my last lesson. you a certain thing that you thought about in your mind that you just like, so you was thinking negative about something or somebody, right? But you never acted on it, but you still created that law, right? And it still became reason, right? And then you fuck around and get on your phone, get on Twitter, and the same shit you was just thinking about, you seeing on Twitter, motherfucker on there getting their ass whooped, in the same way you was thinking about doing to somebody else. You like, damn. But you probably wouldn't even think like, damn, that was what I was thinking about. Yeah. Your thought hit somebody else. That's how powerful you are. I told you, we are able to channel other people's energies. We can channel other people's minds. You can literally think about somebody and somebody else could feel you thinking about them. So they call you like, dang, you think about me? What's like, we could literally do shit like that. Naturally, like your ancestors, we was doing shit like that. But you got to be tapped in with yourself to that extent to where you will be able to, right? Because if you think a motherfucker lied, think about voodoo, right? When somebody had cast a spell on me last year, and I knew who the fuck was doing it, because I was seeing visions, so I knew exactly who the fuck was doing it. I knew who had their intent placed on me to have me under a spell. I knew it, right? But you got to think how powerful that is, though. You don't even see the person doing it right in front of you. Your mind, you just get a vision of who doing it, then like boom, okay, already. That's how powerful you are. That's how great and how powerful you really fucking are. You really that powerful. Right? That's why you got as above, so below, so within, so without. Right. So I'm as above, so below, and I'm so within, so without. Why they say so the universe, so without. Yes, you are the universe. So as I thinketh within, shall manifest itself without. Look, that shit just came up right now on YouTube. The law of transmuting of energy. Come on, man. Everything I talk about be facts. I don't say no bullshit. Everything be facts. I just dumb it down for motherfuckers so they can get it. That's it. Right? But you gotta really study the science of your mind. Study your whole body, but mainly study your mind. Study it. You have to really study that mind. Because that mind is very, 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 very powerful and very wise. But if you don't learn your mind and don't understand what you're doing, you could really do a lot of damaging things with your mind because that's just how powerful you are. Right? You break down the word God, generator, operator, and destroyer. So if you know what you're doing, you can generate and operate. But if you don't know what the fuck you doing, you gonna destroy everything in motherfucking sight because you don't know what the fuck you doing. Period. If you don't know what the fuck you doing, you just gonna be destroying a lot of shit. Destroying shit within yourself and without. Because you don't know what the fuck you got going on. You don't know what your mind is about. Right? Got to learn the mind. Right? Like people be like, right, you'll get people out here be like, um, the more you place your intent onto something, the more you gonna care about it. The more you gonna attract something into your life. The more you put your intent onto it. That's a fact. Because like I said, the mind goes off of what you tell it. So if you, oh, I want to learn about this, or I need to remember about this, I need to remember about this, you're gonna eventually remember about it because that's what you put your intent to. Right? So the more you put your attention to this, your mind is gonna program itself to always be focused on what you focusing on. All right, so I'm a scientist. So what I like doing is focusing on teaching you science and teaching you all phases of matter. So that's what my mind is always thinking about because that's the intent I'm giving it. Basically. Now if I change my mindset to some other bullshit, then guess what? My mind gonna be on that bullshit because that's what I'm telling it to do. That's what I'm telling it to do. Why the fuck you think a lot of people go work at a job? Because motherfuckers don't know who they are. You don't realize that you could create a whole new reality just based off your intent and based off your vibration. Right? Because vibration plays a major role off of intent. Right? Because if you vibrating at a certain intent, you can manifest certain shit quicker. So if I'm vibrating at a say I'm vibrating at a plasma state, right? Let's say, because a plasma state is when energy is basically moving very chaotic, right? So it's real fast, it's woo woo, right? So say I am vibrating at a plasma state of matter, right? A plasma state. I would be able to attract things into my life way more quicker than any other person that's trying to manifest. Everything would just boom like that because the state of vibration I'm in. Right? Now you can still manifest certain things, like I said, without being at a certain type of vibration, but you being at a higher vibration will allow your manifestations to work even quicker. Because your vibration goes together with that shit. It you know, it goes together. It connects together. Vibration plays a major role on that as well, though. It still do, though. Even if you ain't really vibrating at your highest, right? Your vibration still gonna play a part. It's still gonna play a part. So if you vibrating at your root chakra, down to that level, if you vibrating at your sacral chakra, your type of manifestations may not take as quick as it would if you was vibrating at a higher state of intention because of your vibration. Right? So you gotta learn that. You gotta learn vibration. You gotta learn the mind and how to use the mind in your own fashion. You gotta learn that. You gotta learn it. If you tell yourself, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, that's what you gonna fucking be. You gonna eventually go out and kill somebody because that's what you telling yourself. I'm telling you literally. And your mind is gonna start to think on the essence of a fucking killer because that's what you telling your mind. Literally. And especially if you using the powerful spell, which I like to call spell, if you're using the word I am, like I, self-law master, so I am, if you're using the word I am, it's definitely gonna be something that's gonna be manifesting into your mind because you're using that word I am, because you are self-law master. Right? So you using the word I am, so that means you are saying that I am a killer. And that's what it's gonna become. Because you using that word I am. Basically. Alright? That's why you should be careful what the fuck you telling yourself. Really. You gotta be careful what you telling yourself, because what you telling yourself is gonna become who you are. So you should make sure when you telling yourself something, make sure it be more positive. Hey, it's you, it's your body. Do what the fuck you want to do. But if you thinking on a righteous state, make sure you telling yourself the right shit. Right? If you, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, you gonna love yourself because that's what you telling yourself. That's what you telling your mind. So every energy cycle you looking at yourself, you gonna, oh man, I love myself. Yeah, because that's what you telling yourself. The mind goes off of what you put into it. The mind is you, right? That's why they tell you about Christ consciousness, right? Or that God consciousness. Yeah, that's up here, nigga. You got that God consciousness. You have the consciousness of a God, but you just have to realize how to be conscious with it, nigga. That's what you gotta realize. You gotta realize how to be conscious. Okay, cause I got God consciousness, but I gotta learn how to use the consciousness of a God. I gotta understand how to use this motherfucker. You feel me? I can't just be on some other shit. I gotta learn how to use it. I gotta learn how to use it. Right? So a lot of motherfuckers got that God consciousness, but you don't know how to use it. Don't know how to use it. Gotta know how to use it, man. Cause you, like I said, if we was all thinking on the same turn of like on the positive spiritual level, the whole planet would be different because we are connected to the planet. We connected to it. We connected to everything on our realm. So we all are thinking at a certain type of intent, right? If we are all thinking at a certain type of intent, it would change the whole atmosphere of the planet. Literally, it would change it. And then if we would start acting based off our intent, it will really change a lot of shit. Right? Because like I said, the mind goes off what you tell it, but energy intentions from your mind can jump to another person. Right? So by you thinking certain things, you also have to act it out. So I self law and master. I'm everything and everything's me. All right, so I self law and master. So I self have to, because I am already the law, but I have to master this. So I have to act out my law. I gotta act it out. I can't just think of some shit and just no. I have to act it out. All right, that's why people say you want to use the universe. You gotta create with the universe, right? You have to create with the universe because you are the universe. So whatever you want to happen, you gotta act it out yourself. You gotta do it, basically. All right, you have to act it out. You gotta act it out. This is why also reading will allow your mind to expand more because the more reading you do, the more information is being placed into your mind. That's why people like, man, black people don't read. We naturally will read. We just don't fucking want to because we don't see the purpose in reading. We would rather go and get some money rather than sitting down and reading something. That's why I don't be calling motherfuckers out, but I gotta keep it real with you. I gotta keep it funky with you. A lot of motherfuckers choose the other shit rather than learning something. That's why a lot of motherfuckers don't know shit, because they not trying to learn anything. I don't look down upon you, hell no. Nah. I got love for the people, but I want you to know something. I don't want you being in a situation where you embarrassed because you don't know nothing, right? A lot of motherfuckers be grown ass men, don't know nothing. Age ain't real, but I'm 21 and I know a lot more shit than niggas that's older than me. That shit, that can't be right. I'm talking about solids, liquids, and gases and shit. I know what all that shit mean. You know, other motherfuckers wouldn't even know what it mean. You know, and they older than me. They been here longer than me. You know, that shit ain't cool. So our people, we need to want to learn something. This is shit you should want to learn. Cause it's you. It's all about you. Hermeticism, Gnosticism, the Kabbalah, esoteric knowledge, alchemy, all that shit is about you. Alright? That's why, like, in this lesson, I ain't got to go too hard because I've already talked about all this shit before. With I talked about metaphysics. I talked about this the elements, right? Like fire being up and all that. I've already talked about half of this shit I'm telling you right now. I already talked about it. Because I understand it all, because it represents me. Right? But the ancestors needed me to come on here and talk about alchemy alone. Just talk about all the essence of alchemy. Basically breaking down all the science in you. Right? You have science all placed in you. Everything about you is science. Right? Everything about you is science. You are an alchemist. Because alchemy is you. You are alchemy. You are alchemist. I'm an alchemist. So I'm just here to remind you of all the science you created. Such as the mind, the body, soul, everything. Alright? So now, as I have spoken on the mind and how the mind goes off of what you tell it. That's all facts. The mind goes off of what you tell it. The mind is very powerful. You gotta learn how to use it. Alright? So now, as we understand about the mind, let's get deeper into the whole essence of alchemy. Let's get deeper. Right? So now you have the elements of matter that's inside of you. You have elements in you. Water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. Right? Those are elements in you. Like I've already explained before, but I'm going to explain it again. Fire is up. Air is up. Water is down. Earth is down. The reason why fire would be up and air will be up is because that's masculine. The feminine energy created the masculine energy to be the leaders, the providers, and the teachers. Right? The planet is all feminine energy. Let's get that correct. The planet is all feminine, but they created us to lead and teach from a masculine view. Right? So that's why you hear the whole story of God said, "Let there be light," and there was light that shined over the earth. Right? That was Atum, or what you would call Adam being the first man. Atum is really Adam because Atum was the first God that we elected to come down here to create, which we know as the sun. Because the planet was all darkness. But he took it upon himself to give the planet that fire, which would be the sun, because the sun is fire. Right? And the sun represents all the states of masculine energy. Right? Like you look at fire. Right? The red in fire will represent your root chakra, so that will represent grounding. Right? You have to ground yourself. Right? In order for you to be able to raise your kundalini energy to the top of your head, which is the supreme God, you have to ground yourself. So your root chakra is related to what? Fear, guilt, survival. That's all masculine. Right? So you have to ground yourself. You have to be able to balance that shit. All right, and as you balance that root chakra, then you go into your sacral chakra. I told you your sacral chakra is connected to the sun, right? Because the same atomic molecules that's in the sun, they're in your motherfucking penis. That's why when the sun is out, your dick get hard because you are connected to the sun. Right? So your sacral chakra, right? That orange in it, the sacral chakra, like I'm relating to fire. So you got the red in fire, then you got the orange in fire. So your sacral chakra is related to what? Creativity, right? The gods, the men, we are the most creative beings on the planet when we are in our right divinities. When you are in your right divinity as a god, you are the most creative motherfucker on the planet. And I know this from experience. You are the most creative individual. That's who you are. You are the creator. Now, you were created by the goddess, but you are another supreme creator. Right? You are the creator. You are the provider. You are the leader. So the orange in that fire represents the creative nature of the god. Right? And then in fire you have yellow. Yellow is representing the sun. Right? Your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is focusing on intuition, truth, willpower. So that's representing the soul being made of fire and power. Right? Because if you understand the element of fire being masculine energy, you will know why it has a lot of power. Because it's masculine and it has a soul in it. Right? So that yellow in that fire, that represents the soul. Right? That represents the soul. Because the same way the sun look is the same way your soul look. The same way. The same exact way. Right? So, that yellow, that's what it represents. It represents your soul, your solar plexus. Right? And then the blue and fire that will represent truth. Because if you think about what all I just mentioned, so you got grounding, then you got the creative nature of you, and then you got the soul. Truth would be the right thing to have in fire, because the soul carries what? Truth. Grounding yourself in creative nature, that all brings truth to it. So blue representing blue representing blue representing like your pineal gland, right? Cause the color blue represents your third eye, your third eye chakra. Now your third eye chakra is all about seeing past the physical. It's basically seeing the true knowledge and what's real and what ain't real, right? So you pitting that blue and fire, that's basically you seeing the truth in all things. Because grounding, creativity, and soul, that's truth in all things. It all comes together. That's all harmony. If you understand what I'm saying. That's truth in all things. The soul is true. Grounding is true. Creative nature, that's true. The masculine energy is true. You feel me? And then the white light, the white light and fire, that represents the spirit, which is electricity. Now, electricity is masculine. You you have to understand who you are on the level as a God to be able to understand why the spirit is electricity. Like I said, look at thunder. When it's lightning in the sky, look at how thunder strikes. It strikes as a masculine frame. It strikes as a masculine frame because it's real hard, it's real loud. That's all masculine energy. That's masculine. There's nothing feminine about electricity. All that shit is masculine. It's masculine. So the gods, us, we are electricity. So we fire and we are electricity. That's the essence that the goddesses created us to have. Being fire and being electricity. So by you being fire and being electricity, being the being of grounding, creativity, soul, truth, and electricity, you shall lead. Like I'm explaining this about lead. So you having all that say the matter in you, you shall lead. You shall lead up, and the goddess shall support you and encouraging you by being down. So I lead up. So me being the God, I lead up while the goddess stay down. You don't need to lead up. You have already created me. You have already did what you have done on the planet. You created the ocean. You created nature. You created me. So you have already done what you needed to do. So now I need to step the fuck in and be the God and lead. That's why I told you that's why the man is the way they is, because of the way the God has created us to be. All this shit coming together, what I'm saying. So you, right? You will be in public and a man say something disrespectful to your goddess, or she or a nigga bump into her, Don't say nothing, nigga. You ought to slap the shit out of him because he's disrespected the divine creator. You shall fuck him up because that's what you are created to do. That's why the goddess, the woman, looks at us as the provider, because that's what they created us to do. We are supposed to provide, protect, and teach. That's what the masculine energy is supposed to do. That's why it don't even be the sense of seeing a man that's fucked up, they ain't got no money, that be embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see a man that don't know shit. That's embarrassing. Because we are naturally the ones that's supposed to know about ourselves and know about them. That's why, so me right now teaching you about, I'm walking in my divinity as a man because I'm teaching and I remember who I am. So that's why when you look at your Makurba, as above, so below, man would be up, woman would be down. That's duality, good and bad. So this is why you are masculine energy and you are feminine energy. Right? You form your Makurba by you balancing the state of matter in you. So you got to balance your feminine and you got to balance your masculine. After you balance that, that's what forms the electrical magnetic field of what you would call your Makurba. Right? So you balancing that energy will form a field of energy, of electricity. And that electricity will also be fire around. So that's going to be hot electricity. That's why when you, this real fact. So this is why when you are in a state to where you starting to balance your Kundalini energy, you start to feel heat. Yes, because that's that fire in you. So it's fire and electricity. That fire and electricity in you is starting to rise. So your body gonna start to warm up because that's two souls. Right? Because a woman is electricity as well. She electricity. So both of y'all souls and y'all spirits are starting to warm up together. So that state of matter inside of you is starting to rise, and as it starts to rise, it forms the electrical magnetic field around you. Right? That's what will happen once you start to raise your energy. Right? Because you got a lot of motherfuckers that be like, oh yeah, as above, so below, but you don't understand what the fuck as above, so below really means, though. I understand what it means, but you have to understand what it means, though. Fire would be up, because that's the method you lead, and water would be down. Because nigga be like, man, if the goddess is created everything, why the fuck we here then? Nigga, you gotta understand what you is. You gotta understand who you are as a whole. They created your ass to lead. They didn't create you to just be a fucking servant. They created you to lead, protect, provide, and teach. Right? That's why, like, Earth is masculine. Earth is masculine because Atum came on the planet, created the sun, and created a whole new type of Earth. That's why Earth is masculine. Air is masculine because Atum used the air in him to create the sun. He used the air. That's why they call Atum Atum Ra. Amen is the god of air. Atum is the god of the sun. So basically, to break it down, he used the air in him. He used the air in him to create what we know now as the sun. Right? That's why you got your nose. That's why you got two sides, so you can breathe in that energy. Then you got the mouth, so you can breathe in all that state of matter that's inside of you, solids, liquids, and gases, and plasma energy. So you can breathe in all that energy. And all that shit gonna go all the way to the top of the head, which is the biggest receptor to energy. All that shit going all the way to the top of your head. So as above, so below, so within, so without. So he breathed in, went all the way to above, and then he released it without and created that sun. That's how it happened. I mean, shit. If you want to get deeper into it, nigga, a pyramid is you. Oh my soul, nigga, go look at a pyramid and then look at you. Your ancestors created a pyramid off the image of you. I'm about to show you real life art. Let's look up a pyramid. Let's look up a pyramid. Hold on. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna look up a pyramid, and I'm gonna show you why that pyramid represents us. Alright, because you be like, okay, I have a Makurba. I have a Makurba, so that would mean I am that pyramid. Right. That's you. Alright? But we gotta look though. I'm trying to get the right picture so I can uh
We are farmers.
hold on.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
What the hell is this shit?
Loved visiting Grandma's house. Unfortunately.
Now
I got them stuff.
alright, now look now if you look at that pyramid and look at you in essence, it's nothing different between you and that pyramid. It's nothing different. Right? Cause remember the top of your head is the supreme knowledge. That's where all the energy goes to the top of the head. Because remember, like I told you, the the reason why the head is up like this because that's channeling energy. Right? So you can think of your head basically in the sense of like a spear. Cause like a spear can go straight up. So it's like your head is the spear that's channeling all of these energies in a sense. Right? Because if you look at the top of the pyramid, that damn it look like a spear at the top of it, right? Yeah. If y'all saw that good, it looked like a spear. Look like a whole spear at the top. So basically, this is what I'm about to do. Alright? This is what I'm about to do real quick. Alright? Hold on real quick. This is what I'm about to do to show you to show you who you are. Alright? Now, if I, right? Hold on. See if I can be able to show y'all. Hold on. Right. Alright, so hold on. Probably won't be able to see it. Hold on real quick. Alright. There we go. Now, if you look at me right now, just pay attention to me how I look. This is me in a meditative posture, right? So if you look at me straight like this in a meditative posture, I look exactly like a pyramid, right? Exactly like a pyramid. Because you got the two sides of the pyramid, so that will represent arm, and then the bottom could represent leg, but it will represent the leg being wrapped like this. So now you in a posture where everything is connected. You are positioned properly so you can receive that energy. You are positioned properly. Right? So the head is the biggest receptor, so everything is connected. Because this is naturally how you are supposed to meditate. Right? You got certain people that meditate like this, but you're supposed to have like this because everything is connected. Right? Everything is connected. So the same way your body is the same way the fucking pyramid is. So basically, your ancestors made the pyramid based on your fucking body. That's the scientists been wanting to know what the pyramid was created for and what it's really about. It basically represents you, right? And then we crystallized a lot of pyramids, right? Remember where crystals comes from? You. We are crystallized beings. So we created these pyramids based on the energy that's inside of us. So this is why when we talk about alchemy, nigga, when we talk about the whole scientific essence of why we use the pyramids up and down, nigga, because that represents you. That's why we use them. Everything that I've been teaching has all been facts. Everything. Because I remember who the fuck I am. So if I'm sitting like this, right? Sitting straight like this. No, I ain't gonna do that. Sitting straight like this. Sitting straight up like this. That's a fucking pyramid. That is a pyramid. You have to understand who you are in the essence. You gotta understand who you are, man. Because you are a very powerful being. Think about how we made it. You are not the body. You are just a soul and spirit. I told you that. Other intellects have told you the same thing. I told you, eventually I'm going to be making a lesson breaking down how we created the body. Because I'm already starting to notice why certain body parts is the way they, because look at every body part is connected. Everyone is connected. Right? And the reason why every body part is connected is so the energy can rise properly. Because if body parts was not connected, it wouldn't be able to rise properly. So that's why you got 2 arms and 2 legs, 2 sets of feet. So everything can rise properly. Right? Then you got 1 head. You don't need 2 heads, you only need 1. You only need 1. Because the head, the top of the head is the supreme knowledge. So after you balance all these energies, it will go
straight up here, which is the supreme knowledge. Like I said, so you don't need two heads, you only need one. So like, that's why the shit I'm saying ain't no bullshit. You think at the top of your head as a fucking spear. Cause you channeling that cosmetic energy. That's why your head shoots up like that. That's why it's like that. That's why. So this is why I tell you, you are alchemy. Alchemy is you. You are alchemy. You created alchemy. Atomic molecules, and I already got into that in this segment. I just motherfucker really kind of freestyling, but I'm making it all make sense to what I'm saying about alchemy. You created alchemy, it's you. So if you look at the pyramid, that will represent you in all essence. Your root, your sacral, your solar plex, your heart, your throat, your brow, your crown. Yes. Then the top of the head, the crown, the supreme knowledge, shooting straight up. Right. That's why all that energy, all that cosmic, what you would call cosmic downloads, it all goes to the fucking head. That's where it goes to. It goes to the head. That's where it hits the head, because the head is the biggest receiver. You got to understand who you are as a whole. Understand and realize who you are. Realize how powerful you are. So you've been sent like this whole energy cycle and don't even realize you are imitating a fucking pyramid. Yes. That's basically that's what you are. You a whole pyramid. So you straight up like this, that's a pyramid. Just if you think I'm bullshitting, look at the body. Look how the body is made. The body look just like a pyramid. I know what I'm talking about, but just look at the body. Look at it. Just look at it. Understand who you are. Understand who you are as a whole. Right? I heard one of the gods say, anciently we could use our Macarbus to travel. Yes, because we understood who we was. We understood that we're not this body, so we don't have to travel on foot, nigga. We can travel by intent, nigga. We can travel by energy. We don't gotta get up and walk, nigga. We travel, so nigga, all we doing is tapping back in itself, nigga. And all right, this where I need to go. Boom, that's where you go. That's how powerful we really are. If I do this, like, if you literally sit like this and you meditating and you keep telling yourself, I'm not this body, I'm just soul spirit, I'm not this body, 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 I'm not this. Just keep telling yourself that I'm not this body, I'm not this body, I'm not this body, I'm not this body. You gonna eventually start to sink in just to the soul, to where you gonna start feeling warm. You're not gonna feel a part of this body anymore because you're not a part of the body. You're not a part of the body. So this is why I said your body is just an instrument. You just have to learn how to play it. You have to learn how to play this instrument. This is a whole, this body, leg, this head, this is a whole instrument. Your mouth, your eyes, your nose, ears, that's an instrument. You have to learn how to play it. So this is why I also don't get why a lot of people be thinking that meditation is just some shit that brings you a peaceful state of mind. No, it's you tapping into the God of who you. Fuck the physical, right? Because when a lot of people meditate, they still focus on the physical. They just no, motherfucker. You tapping into the soul. Fuck this physical. It's not you. So you tapping into the soul when you are doing your meditation. That's what you need to be tapping in. Tapping into that soul, tapping into that spirit. Excuse me, that spirit being electricity. You need to tap into that. Fuck the physical. That's why people say deep meditations. Yes, when you go into a deep state of meditation, that's when you start to feel detached from the physical. When you go into a deep state, you don't even realize you could literally leave. You could literally have an out of the body experience just by meditating. So just like this. So if I master deep meditation enough, which I'm starting to, if I master, or when I start mastering deep meditation on a certain level, I could literally leave my body just straight like this. Leave my body straight like this. Literally. You don't even have to lay down and all. No, that's just another form of out of the body. But that's an easier. You see how cold we is? You can do it easier while laying down. But you don't even have to really do it like that. You can do it like this, but you're gonna have to tap in more to be able to, do it this way. But you can still do it laying down. Right? Because then you think in the sense of astral projection, remember your body is basically a pyramid. So as you are laying down, you got everything close together. So now all them energies is focusing in on the soul, which is allowing it to leave the body. So all the focus is now based on the soul. Now that soul can leave the body because now all those energies is closing in. You feel me? Now the soul can leave the body. Right? So you gotta realize who you are at all essence. Air. You're air. You're fire. That's the soul. You spirit. Electricity. You are also water as well. You're water. Because your semen is made of what? That's water too. Your semen got water in it, yes. So you are water as well. That's why you got the left side of you. So it's energy, water. Like leg, arm, head. Leg, arm, head. Energy, water, head being the supreme knowledge. So, same way you look at a pyramid, that's yourself you're looking at. And look how it's all connected. This boom, boom. Everything connected the same way. Everything is connected. Everything connected. Right? You have a back. You have a back of a pyramid, right? Like just like you have a back, right? Do you have that split? And that split is there so your Kundalini energy can successfully rise to the top of your head, which is the crown, or which would be the supreme knowledge. So you picked that pyramid, you created that pyramid to represent who you are in all fucking essence. So you say you want to know who you are, look at a tree, nigga. If you want to know who you are, look at a pyramid. Look at a pyramid to know who you are. But you ain't gonna see. I gotta think about what I'm saying, because you ain't gonna know if you don't know who you are within. You ain't gonna know that. You ain't gonna know about that. I mean, even these scientists, well, they ain't gonna never know about what the pyramid is really all about. Well, I just really told you. Basically, I wouldn't be shocked after this video come out. They gonna be on motherfucking YouTube. You know how they be on YouTube. Oh yeah, we have discovered what the pyramid really represents. It represents who you are. Right? I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at all, bro. I wouldn't be shocked. Because all this shit I'm telling you is fucking facts. It's straight facts. So I wouldn't be shocked if they'd come out saying now what they about the pyramid and what it represents now. Because it represents you. That's a representation of who you are. That's what that pyramid represents, you. Right? This is why the Egyptian, I ain't gonna call us a civilization. Right? Because we moved like tribes. We was always tribes. It wasn't necessarily no civilization. Right? Because if you're saying a civilization, that's just, okay, this is just the way we live. Basically, this is the food we ate, this is how we treat you. Okay, that's just the way we live, but it's not nothing bigger than that, though. So that's why you shouldn't say a civilization, it was a tribe. Basically. That's why the ancient Egyptian tribe, that's why they get a lot of praise and get a lot of recognition for what the fuck we was doing, because we was creating a lot of shit that represented us. You know, like what they would call the Eye of Horus. That all represents you. That all represents you. The penis and the vagina and that eye. Then you got the one side that little line of energy, basically, and it looked like a 9, so that represents completion. Right? Then you got that little line at the top of it. That line is supposed to connect with the other with the other eye. But right, that's representing masculine energy, feminine energy, yin and yang. Right? That's why you will see a picture with the Ankh, and then you got the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra on the top of that motherfucker, because it represents feminine energy and masculine energy. That's what it represents. That's how cold you is. You made everything represent you. That's what you did. That's what you did. You made everything represent who you are. about to say, motherfucker talk about alchemy, nigga. You are alchemy. You are an alchemist. You are a real alchemist. Science is you. You are science. You designed everything the way it's supposed to be. All right. You designed everything. The whole sense of east, west, north, south, that came from you. You are east, west, north, and south. That's all you. You know how like a lot of these states use a star and shit? Yeah, all that's all you. They took that from you. All that shit is you. So if you thinking a righteous if you thinking a righteous if you thinking in a righteous state of the mind, you be like, damn, that shit crazy. Yes, but you did it. You put it there. That was all you. You did that. You just have forgotten, but you did it. Go look at the pyramid. You see, you like, oh, okay, I get. Yeah, you see. You will literally see you in there and see how it represents you. So that pyramid is the reason why. The way that pyramid look is the reason why we even think to meditate like this. This is why meditating like this is powerful, because that represents that pyramid. You just never realized it. So we use the elements of matter, which would be pyramids. We use them because it represents us. So fire would be up, air would be up, water would be down, earth would be down. That's all you. Because the reason why I told you, the reason why water would be down is because even though water is a liquid, water is still kept in a solid form. Because you have to look at the ocean. The ocean, all oceans is connected. Right? And then you gotta look at the ocean, it's flat down, so it's in a solid form. It's not because if water was in an air form or in a fire form, it would be going up. Water would, and it can go up, but it doesn't stay like that. Water is naturally down in a solid form. So this is why water or the ocean, water would be down. Right? Earth would be down because Earth is solid. Here on our realm, where we are right now, we are on a solid form. Everything is on the solid. I told you we shouldn't even be vibing at a solid. We should be vibing at a plasma state. The plasma state is our natural state of vibration. This is why, like, I chose to come back here. That's why a lot of us chose to come back here to rise and ascend back to that plasma state. Literally, you wouldn't even be able to imagine this planet being at a plasma state of matter. You wouldn't even be able to really fathom that. Like, damn, everything just moving at a quick basis. Nothing is moving slow. Everything is just moving quick. So basically, if you are vibrant at a plasma state, right? So just say in the instance of you being at a plasma state, you asking the ancestors for information, shit just coming in, ooh, shit just coming in real fast. You like, damn, I gotta fuck around and try to gather all this information, right? Because it's coming in so quickly. That's how the plasma state is. Everything just quick. That's why earlier in this video I talked about you releasing your semen, but you still gonna go back to that solid state of matter. You still are made of matter. Any way you fucking pin it, you still are matter. So you releasing your semen ain't gonna hurt you all like that, because you still made of matter. You just gonna go right back to a solid form. That's it. All those atomic molecules is gonna go back to its natural formation, just back together. That's it. If that was the case, to where when you release your semen, that shit gone forever, you wouldn't have no more fucking semen. That motherfucker don't even think like that. If I'm releasing my semen every day, how the fuck is me releasing it? It's gonna no, it's still in you. You just releasing more of it, but you still gonna produce more, because that's what you are made of. You are made of atoms, because we know semen is really atoms. Because if you pay attention to semen, when semen comes out, it'll really be warm. When it comes out, it really be warm, because you gotta understand, atoms, all that has a soul to it, right? Then you got gases, that's fire. So you gotta understand all that come together. So why it would be warm, right? But then after a while it get cold, right? But it's really warm when it come out, though, if you pay attention to it. It's really warm. Right? So this is why you have to understand and know who you are as a whole. What they would call occult knowledge, nigga, that's you. Right? Like the Baphomet. You look at the nigga with the Baphomet, he going up and down. As above, so below. That's you. You are as above, so below. Right? You would deem it as demonic. Nah. That represents you. The Baphomet. And then you got the 5-point star representing the 5 phases of matter, like I've been talking about. Water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. That's all you. Right? Then on the top of his head, that horn, that's really a fallopian tube. Because the fallopian tube represents the penis in the vagina. A lot of people never knew that, but the fallopian tube represents the penis and the vagina. The bottom of the fallopian tube is the penis. The top of the fallopian tube is the vagina. Then one side represents energy, the other side represents water. So electricity, water comes together, forms life. That's how life is made, through electricity and water. And fire also being the soul. Right? This is why your ancestors created the Ankh, because the Ankh represents what? The fallopian tube. The bottom of the bottom of the Ankh is the penis. The top of the Ankh is the vagina. One side energy, the other side water. It's the same thing. That's why we created that, to represent the fallopian tube, because the fallopian tube represents both genes, both energies. That's why we created it. Right? Because you got a lot of people out here that talk about the Ankh, and the Ankh is this and that, but they don't really get the whole spiritual essence of why we created the Ankh, and why the Ankh is the omelet of eternal life. A lot of motherfuckers don't even really realize why it's that though. You gotta get it to understand why. You gotta get it. Gotta understand who you are as a whole. Understand who you are. Now I just explained who you are in the most delicate way you could explain it. And everything I said made sense. Everything. But I just have to break it down to try to make you understand what I'm telling you. That's why I break a lot of shit down. And some energy cycles, I be rushing myself to where my voice, like my throat chakra open, but I be rushing too quickly. I gotta slow myself down because I be trying to teach you too quick. But like I have stated, like I have taught you, you are alchemy. Alchemy is you. People say, how to become an alchemist. Nigga, you already won. You already are an alchemist. You just have to remember self. You already are an alchemist. You already are. I'm an alchemist. Yes, I'm an alchemist. I am an esoteric teacher as well, because a lot of shit I'm teaching you would be called esoteric. So I'm an esoteric teacher as well. Hermetic teacher, a Kabbalah teacher, all that. Because all this shit go together. I don't give a fuck how motherfuckers try to explain it, try to make it sound more scientific and more intelligent, nigga. It's still gonna come back to right what the fuck I was saying. It's gonna all come back to the same shit. All gonna come back. All of it. So you hear another motherfucker talk about it, you be like, I heard that shit off of God. Right. I said the same shit. He's saying the same shit I said. Same shit. See, like I said, like I have been telling you, a lot of this shit that I teach you or our other intellects teach you, they're not gonna teach you this shit in school. Not a lot of this shit they gonna teach you. Like I said, they might teach you about alchemy. They might teach you about that, but they ain't gonna get too deep into it like I'm giving it deep to you. Like how you are a pyramid, they ain't gonna tell you that shit. Fuck no. Because you get that information, you can be like, wait a minute, damn, that. Because, you know, a lot of people be wanting to know what was the pyramid created for. Right? A lot of people want to know that. A lot of people still want to know. There still be people that be making theories of what they. Right. And I just explained what it's about. You know, so our young generation get a hold of that information that would change their whole thoughts of who they are. And they don't want the kids thinking that way. Hell no. To knowing that they created that and that represents them, they don't know. So alchemy basically is basically the fundamental representation of all things. Basically, like I said, the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. That's basically alchemy. But it's all you though. So like I just got into chemistry. I just got into explaining atoms. Right? Atoms that's inside of you and explaining what they are about and explaining how they work. I just explained it. Right? Atoms are phases of matter that's inside of you. It's matter. You are made of atoms. Atoms and helixes. Chromosomes. And chromosomes is really atoms. Right? So you made atoms and helixes. That's what you made of. Cause you gotta understand how atoms can work. Right? You can literally manipulate atoms in a lot of ways. Like if you doing voodoo and shit, you can manipulate energy with the atoms and bend energy in a lot of essence, in a lot of ways. You can literally do that. Literally. Literally, like no bullshit. You can do a lot with the atoms inside of you. This is why, you know, people be talking about raising your vibration. You don't know what's within you. How you gonna raise a vibration if you don't even know what starts the vibration or what makes it rise? You don't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna listen to hertz frequencies. But do you know who created the frequencies of hertz? That's you. You have frequency to you. That's all inside. You have that in you. It's all inside of you. You created hertz. That's what XSS was telling you about. All that shit is inside of you. So basically like, 432 hertz, 963. Yes, all that shit came from you. Because remember, we created numbers. 9 is the highest number. 9 is the number of completion. You should not go nowhere past the number 9. You stay at 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You stop. 5, 10, 11, 12. All right, nigga, you tripping. Now you thinking on a Neanderthal state. Because remember, like I said in my last one, we had to dumb down numbers to where they have to fucking count with it. Because they don't understand numbers energetically. we can use numbers as subliminal messages, right? So that's why you see 444. That's energy. That's not a time. Time is not real. It's not a time. That's energy. So I've been seeing the number 888 a lot. 8 represents infinity, right? So that's why the number 8 will be associated with what? New doors opening, new abundance. That's infinity. Because masculine energy and feminine energy combined together, that's abundance. If you understand yourself, that's abundance. Because abundance does not always equal into money. It equals into a lot of other things. The sun is abundance. Nature is abundance. The ocean is abundance. So you have to understand. You have to understand that whole essence of 8. All right, so I've been seeing 888 a lot. I've been seeing 555. I've been seeing 555 more than any other number. All right, 555 is all about me stepping into a whole nother path in my life. You know, that's why I'm teaching more, doing my shit, because a lot of new things is opening up to me, and I'm staying on the right course. I'm staying on the right path. So if you see the number 555, you have to relate into the 5 phases of matter: water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. All right, because you have to understand also numbers have a soul to it. That's why certain people out here, they probably wouldn't say it on the internet, but certain people see certain numbers, and that number will be so right on spot to what they're going through. It hits their soul. Yes, because numbers have a soul to it. And you create it, so it has a soul. Right? They have a soul to it. So alchemy is the science that studies all the phases of life. Like I, talked about in my last video, what was it about? Metaphysics, right? I made a whole 3-hour lesson talking about metaphysics, talk about the whole science of metaphysics. So I broke down the religion basis of metaphysics, then I broke down the metaphysics of who you are on the energetic level as a whole, right? All that shit plays the same role, as the whole alchemy shit, because it's all studying you, the matter of you, right? Because our oppressors, they try to always whitewash shit and make shit seem more difficult, because you gotta understand, they don't think, well, they know we naturally smarter than them, but they gotta make shit a little bit harder for us to understand. So me understanding metaphysics and alchemy, right? That's like, damn, how the fuck he, and then he really understands this shit. How the fuck he understand that, right? But then another guy on the street that dressed different, oh, he don't know that. You feel me? But he probably may know it, right? Because they don't expect us to remember our shit again. They don't expect that. So me looking the way I do, nappy ass head, looking like, they like, oh, there ain't no way, but I know all about it. And they don't want you to know this because it's you. They want you to look at esoteric knowledge, what they would call occult knowledge. They want you to look at that shit like it's bad, like it's demonic. But nigga, you created it. Right? I told you this is what the Freemasons, this is what the fuck they bitch ass be teaching each other. All of our ancient teachings, such as the Kabbalah, esoteric knowledge, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, they know all about that shit. I, self, law, and master, they know all that. Yes, they know all of it. In order for they bitch ass to even know about it, they have to study who we are. They have to know us. They have to know who we are. Because without them knowing who we are, they wouldn't even know how to even understand what the shit really is about. They wouldn't have no fucking clue of what this shit is about. No clue. We are the only ones that know what the fuck this shit is about. You the only one that know what it's about. That's why the real shit, they see us on the internet talk about, oh yeah, esoteric knowledge, that's really about you because it's breaking down all states of science. That's what they, that scares them. They like, the fuck? Damn, they know it now. Right, we know it. So this whole energy cycle, right? Because they make these movies showing the 5-point star, you be like, oh that's the devil. No, nigga, that's you. They know who you. That's what I be saying. They know who you are. So they gotta use mind fuckery to make it like who you really are is a demon, but who you are is the most purest person on the planet. But you carry so much truth and carry so much magical abilities to you, it's deemed as demonic. Right? Your ether, right? This is all this is electricity. It's matter. Right? And once you start to lock it, it forms the electrical coil. And as those coils grow longer, the more spiritual downloads you will gain. We have already had gods explain that. But you can also use them in a lot of ways. You can use them, yes, like a god has said before, you can use them as a weapon. Now just think in the essence of a tree branch and then think of the essence of your locks being real hard like a tree branch. You could literally fuck somebody up. Literally. So imagine you just hit somebody with you. Damn, yeah, you could literally do that. Literally. That's the greatness that you are capable of. That is the greatness that you are capable of. You are everything, and everything is you. Everything. There is nothing that's not you, literally. I like how I did that. This look more better than the other way, don't it? Everything look right like this. Everything connected. You feel? Shit, everything. I mean, shit. Just look at everything they create. Everything they create out here is made out of our carbon. Like, you had a God explain that. I'm just reminding you of what we have already been trying to tell you. A lot of shit down here is made with carbon. And carbon is basically the atoms in you. So basically everything around here is made off of your atoms. Basically. So basically, everything around this realm that's made is made with matter that's inside of you. If it wasn't for the matter that's inside of you, they wouldn't be able to make shit. That's why I said they had to learn who you was before they can even do the things they do. You have to understand what you are. Science, alchemy, all that shit is you. It's all you. You wonder why the black man or the so-called black woman has been the most targeted person on the planet because of who you are. The reason why we have always been the target, we have always been looked at as the beast, the one they need to get rid of and eradicate because of who we really are. That's why. That's why it has been like that. Shit, if I was a human being and didn't know no better, I probably would be scared of me too. If I understood who I was, yeah, I'd probably be scared too. That's why they try their very hardest to get your ass to invest your energy into working for them on their slave plantations, right? They make your ass go to their white Western Neanderthal fucking schools, right? To be taught all these fucking lies about who you are and where you come from. Right? And then they also gave you a false God by the name of Jesus. We know Jesus is not real. Sorry to tell you, but he does not exist. You think all this shit I'm teaching you, Jesus, hell no. That's why I said, if you don't believe me by saying that God is not real, then look up esoteric knowledge, look up alchemy, look up all of these sciences about you, and you're gonna understand why God or why Jesus is not real. You're gonna understand why he's not real. You're gonna understand it. I'm telling you, no bullshit, you gonna understand why he's not real. Alchemy is God. Esoteric knowledge is God. But it's you though. It's not the man above, nigga. It's you right here. Man. It's you. It's breaking down all the fundamental essence of you. Basically, it's breaking down all sections of you. All sections. All of it. The mind, atoms, occult, what they would call occult knowledge. So like I said, dealing with the pyramids, the elements, all that shit. And I just explained all of it to you. You gotta study yourself. You gotta learn yourself. Learn. That's why I talked about earlier in the video. Our black and Latino people need to fucking read. We need to read. We need to educate ourselves. Cause like I always tell you, not all knowledge is good knowledge. A lot of motherfuckers tell you some bullshit. If motherfuckers, right, real shit. If you come across a black person that's mainly always telling you about how you come from Africa and shit, then you know they ass is lying to you. You know they knowledge is not real. Because if they was really real with this shit, they wouldn't even mention Africa being where we come from. They gonna mention all parts of the land. So if a motherfucker, oh yeah, you know us as Africans, like, alright, that nigga on some bullshit. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Right, he don't know what he talking about. So not all knowledge is good knowledge. Not all of it is good, but not all of it is bad. It's just up to you to understand what knowledge is real and what knowledge ain't real. Right, because once you realize the knowledge inside of you, you gonna understand the bullshit ass knowledge they got out here. You gonna understand what the bullshit they got out here. You know, I be trying to really explain how easy science really is. Science is not hard. It's not hard to understand science. You just gotta sit with yourself. That's all. Now, think about this, my nigga. I haven't even been. A lot of you probably didn't know it. I have not even been back to the cosmos yet. I came from the cosmos, but I already know who I am, and I ain't even been back there yet. No bullshit. It's on the ancestors. I never lie on them. I ain't even been back. All I did was just channel the energy to remember again. That's all I did. I ain't been back to the cosmos. I know my past life, nigga. I ain't even did a past life regression meditation yet or viewing. I ain't even did that, and I already know my past life. Nat Turner. Cause I was starting to have visions. I was starting to remember. I already know my past life. Think about how powerful that. Like, damn, cause they make it like, oh no, for you remember again, you gotta do it. No, I didn't have to do none of that. And I can tell you half about the cosmos and ain't even been back to see certain shit. Literally. The solar system, certain universes, all that. It ain't even been back up there yet. Because it's already inside of me. Already inside of me. It's already inside of you. You just gotta understand who you are within. Understand. You right now got all type of knowledge, all type of information inside of you, but you holding it in. You literally you holding it in. You ain't releasing it. You can't hold that shit in. You gotta release it. It's certain shit you know I don't even probably know yet. It's certain shit I know that other guys and goddesses don't even know down here yet. Right? Because that's just who we are. It's a lot of things that we know inside of us that others are not aware to yet. And not making it like we're better than them. It's just we just have gained more information and more knowledge. We have studied more things cosmically. And then we came back here with that information to teach others with. This is why I know how to teach about, elements and, energy transmutation and all, and I know how to teach about atoms and all that shit because I've studied it. I've already studied it. That's what I know about it. You're very powerful. I don't know how many energy cycles I gotta express this on my channel enough, but you are very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. I'm very powerful. You are very powerful. I'm gladly enough that I realized my power at the age of 19. I know age is not real, but I started to realize my power, then, realize how powerful I was. Brought me to the point to realizing who I am as a God and channeling that energy into remembering who I was. That's why the shit I'm doing now, and me, like I said, not going back to the cosmos, but already understanding who I am as a God, it doesn't surprise me. Because as a youngin', I already knew I was special anyway, so it doesn't surprise me. I already know I'm a scientist in the cosmos, a herbalist, an intellect, assassin. I already know all that. Because I was told this in deep meditation, so I already know who I am cosmically. That's why I came back here. I blasted y'all asses with that economics and shit. Then I hit you again with socialism versus capitalism. It made it all make sense. Right? See, you got other guys down here that may not teach, what they would call social science, but that's what I came back here to do, to teach the science of the system. That's what I brought back down here to do, to teach you. Alright? That shit damn near had 100 views on my Twitter. I had to make a Twitter. Ancestors told me to get on Twitter. I'm getting views like a motherfucker on there. That economic video, that's damn near, like I said, 100 views. Because motherfuckers watching, they seeing like, damn, what he's saying, all that shit really make a lot of sense. Yeah. But I got to this point by realizing who I am. I had to realize the science in me and what made me be this intelligent. You got helixes in you, like I said, you got atoms, chromosomes, which is atoms. You have to understand who you are, like your hands and shit. Like you got primordial energies in your hands. You got these lines and shit, right? And then you got these little lines on your fingers and shit. You got little lines and shit, like little spirals of energy on your fucking fingertips. All that shit means something. Because you gotta understand you're the universe. I told you, you are astronomically manifested back into the physical form. You are astronomically manifested. So that means you are astral being manifested here in a physical vessel, which would be aka the body or the astral body. Right? Because this is your astral body or your astral plane. The soul, that will be your cockpit. Because your soul is the reason why you are able to drive your plane, which will be your body. Your soul is the reason why you can even do this. Your soul. Your soul is that's how we made it. Right? That's how we made it. That greatness, man, that greatness lies within. So we gotta get out that whole religion shit. Fuck religion. Religion don't got shit to do with who you are. It don't got nothing to do with you. You are not a religion. Right? You are not a religion. You are God. Fuck religion, you are God. Right? But a lot of these religions that they have created out here, they all go off you. Alright? That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of these religions out here, they all go off our shit. You know, using certain numbers and shit, using colors. All of our shit. All of our shit. And we not knowing no fucking better, we be joining these motherfucking religions. Thinking and believing that there's truth in that religion. There ain't no truth at all. That's just how we be. So if you think of the whole idea of alchemy, right? You think of the whole idea of alchemy. You like, okay, I get what God, you feel me? I get what God's saying. So you basically studying your power. You're studying your power. You're studying the power that's inside of you. That's basically what you do. Right. You're studying that power in you. You have power locked inside of you, waiting to be opened, waiting to be activated. But you have to activate it. Can't nobody activate it for you. Me informing you can't activate it. Well, it can inform you if these words hit your soul and you start to act on that, but it can't necessarily activate it if you don't want to activate it yourself. You have to want to enlighten yourself. You have to want to do that. I can't do it for you. I'm just here to remind you of the enlightenment that's inside of you. Because I have enlightened myself to who I am. I remember who I am. As a whole, I remember. And even though I haven't went back to the cosmos, I still know I'm not this body. I still know it. And I don't even act like I'm a part of the body. I don't even act that way. I act the way I act. I act like I'm not a part of this body. That's why I don't care about certain shit in this physical, because I know I'm not a part of the physical. I'm just a soul and spirit. Which that's all you are, is a soul and spirit. You basically are warm electricity. Because the soul is fire, right? And then you got the spirit, a spirit, which is electricity. So you are warm electricity. Basically. Um, us as gods and goddesses, us as divine supreme beings, we have to start embracing who we are more. We gotta embrace it, because you got a lot of us now that know who he is, but we scared to embrace that. You gotta embrace who you are. Embrace that power within you, nigga. I don't go fuck motherfuckers think I'm weird. I don't give a fuck them. You can suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. Half of these motherfuckers out here are synthetic motherfuckers anyway, or clones anyway, and I'm aware to who they are and how they work. So uh, motherfuckers, try to look at you like you weird and crazy, nigga. Fuck what they own. They not real people like you is, so of course they gonna feel like you weird because you a real fucking person. That's why a synthetic will act so fucking weird with you, because they know you a real person, or the fucking handler know you a real person. Not even them. All right. What I really want you to do after this motherfucking video, no bullshit. Hold on, let me get closer. What I want your ass to do after this video is over, I want you to really go study and understand alchemy. I want you to understand alchemy, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, the Kabbalah, sacred geometry, chemistry. Yeah, nigga, I want you to understand all of our shit and how it all comes together. I really want you to do that, because you need to know it. You need to know it. You need you really need to know it. I literally spent months after I learned and gained the information of who I was as a scientist, nigga. It was over with after that. It was months. I was just studying all this shit, the Kabbalah, the Meditation, cause normally, motherfuckers start want to learn some shit like that. Normally, motherfuckers start slow. No, fuck that. I went straight into the shit that would be considered difficult, and I just really learned it. I remembered what the fuck it was. I'm like, okay, that's what Terry signed. Okay, boom, boom. I remembered it. That's basically what I did. You can do the same shit. It ain't no motherfucking excuses. You can do the same shit. You need to learn this shit. You need to understand what it's all about. Cause a lot of this shit I'm saying, it's sad to say, but only a certain amount of motherfuckers probably really getting what I'm telling you. Probably only a certain amount. I know not everybody probably gonna get it, but a certain amount of motherfuckers that's already tapped in gonna realize what I'm talking about. But I'm not trying to get the motherfuckers that already know to understand. I'm trying to get the motherfuckers that don't know about this shit to get it. Y'all the ones I want to understand what this shit is all about and how it's all about you. Um, like I said earlier in this lesson about the mind, you have to learn the mind. Learn that mind, because that mind, the mind plays a very big role on who you are and the way you think. You start thinking like a god, you gonna be the guy that you are. Once you start thinking like one, once you start behaving like one, right? You gotta be able to transmute. You gotta be able to transmute your whole sense of thinking, the whole sense of the way you carry yourself, the whole sense of what you of the of how you look at things. You gotta change that. Because it's a lot. It's a lot to you. It's a lot to you that has been hidden, right? It's a lot to you that has been hidden. Before I get off of here, I may play a singing bowl for y'all, so you can have that to go along with this information I just gave. But it's a lot. It's a lot that has been hidden. All right, there's a lot has that has been hidden from you. And what make it so crazy is that these human beings These human beings make it like they like like they the ones that invented all the shit when it really came from you. How the fuck is they gonna invent this shit when you created it? They don't know nothing about this shit. Right, but we not knowing who we is, man, I wonder how them niggas know that, man. That shit look hard to understand. Nigga, you created it. You just don't remember. But you created it. Oh, that's your shit. All that's your shit. That's why I said I don't even. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't like teaching, but I mean, it be some energy ways where I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I mean, I know when I'm teaching, I know my shit, but it be feeling like I'm just saying the same shit to you. But it seems like I have to. That's why the ancestors be having me teach about this shit because a lot of motherfuckers just won't get it. A lot of motherfuckers just won't get it. And that's the sad part about it. Is that a lot of motherfucking people is just not gonna get what I'm saying. No matter how I explain it, no matter how much sense it make, a lot of motherfuckers just ain't gonna get it. A lot of people, a lot of motherfuckers just ain't gonna get this shit. I'm playing the throat chakra singing bowl. This allow you to speak the truth. I want you to speak the truth, but I want you to speak the truth, but I also want you to realize the truth that's inside of you. You are made of nothing but truth. So that blue crystal, that's all around you. It's all around you. That crystal truth, that third eye, that's all around you. You gotta see and realize who you are.
Gotta see and realize it. I got another lesson. I got another lesson I'm gonna be dropping. Um, I got another lesson I said I was gonna be dropping about the fallopian tube. Uh, and I'm gonna be explaining why, like I said in my last video, I'm gonna be explaining why a lot of these stadiums and a lot of these arenas, why they shape like an egg, because they know those eggs is really items. They know who we are. So that's why they perform certain things they do in these arenas or in these stadiums to damage us, because they know we connected to this shit. Right, like the whole Coliseum is shaped like an egg and all that, yeah. That's why they were doing the shit they was doing in the Coliseum. And Rome and shit, yeah, all that. Yeah, so I don't know. I probably I don't know. I probably drop that pod tomorrow. I don't know. Probably tomorrow. I don't know. It's all determined on the energy and what I'm feeling at that particular energy cycle. I don't know. But that I've been wanting to speak on it though, to get motherfuckers to understand what that's all about and why these arenas look that way. I also I also got another video I'm gonna be another lesson I'm gonna be giving on gematria as well. Yeah, I might fuck around and do that first before I do the one about the fallopian tube actually, right? Because the whole gematria shit is getting a lot of talk right now. Everybody talk about gematria, right? And a lot of motherfuckers don't necessarily really know what gematria is all about. They don't really know it like that on a spiritual level, using numbers and shit and all that shit. So I'm gonna be teaching about gematria. I gotta get a lesson out about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to for sure teach about that. Cause like a lot of these players and shit, a lot of gematria is done off of their numbers on their jersey. They do gematria off their numbers. Right, so you see LeBron wear 23, or you see like Kevin Durant wear the number 7 for the Nets. Right, 7 equals knowledge and shit. They can use shit like that to cast certain spells and shit. Right, like when you watching the NBA and like the clock stop at a certain what they would call a time, and then you look at the number, you be like, damn, it stopped right at 333. And then after they made a shot, it stopped. Yeah, that's some gematria they doing. That was magic they just did right in front of you. You didn't even catch it. Real shit. They do shit like that.
You don't even be seeing it. You be like, damn. I be catching that. You know, sometimes I watch the NBA and be like, oh, okay, that's some shit they did. Yeah, they do that right in front of your ass. You don't even be realizing it, right? If you didn't know no better, you just be like, oh, it's just when the clock stop. Nah, hell no. That was all magic they did, cause they understand that numbers is energy. They understand us at our core. They understand who we are. They understand who we are at our core. Um, I want you. I want you to really meditate. You know, really deeply meditate off this information about this whole alchemy shit. Like I said, I already understand, but I didn't have to go that hard because I've already basically taught about this shit already. But I want you to really meditate, you know, off this shit and really try to find a sense of knowing in this shit, because it's a lot of truth in alchemy. Because like I said, it's all about you, so it's a lot of truth in it, a lot of truth. Um, Remember who you are, tap into yourself, and go. Like I said, go do some research and go enlighten yourself. But without being said, this is Thought Law Growth and Reason. Hopefully you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure to share this with people you know. If you want to share this with people you know, get that information out. And without being said, I would like to send peace, positive energy onto the gods, the goddesses once again. Peace and positive energy onto the ancestors. And I would like to leave with the powerful word of Ashe.